Hello, today's going to be a very special vlog. I've come to Cardingmill Valley in Shropshire, which is just down the road from Church Stretton, and then later on we should be going over to Longmynd, which is just over the hills there. It's absolutely pouring down with rain, so we should get some really dramatic photos, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully if it doesn't rain too much it'll be exciting, but that's not the exciting part of this video. This is my first collaboration video, which I'm really excited, but what is really special about this one is that not only is this videographer one of my favourite vloggers, but also he's one of my favourite photographers as well. So all the way from Yorkshire, this is Paul Johnson. Oh, Paul! What? So for my first collaboration, this is one of my favourite videographers and photographers, Paul Compton.
Paul Johnson.
I thought you had a bacon butty.
Good, though, isn't he? No bacon butties here, and I haven't brought a camper van. Sorry.
Oh,
got a silly hat on if you want.
So yeah, so we'll have to do with him. So today should be really good. There's a little bit of sun up there and a lot of rain, so hopefully we'll have a fun time today. Paul and I are now walking up Cardingmill Valley, which I think is it's a valley. It goes up that way, and there's a lovely stream going all the way down. So we both brought wellies, so chances are we're going to end up in the water. Hopefully not falling in, but I believe there's a waterfall right at the top, up there somewhere. I've never been, however, there's lots of small waterfalls, and Paul's taking the opportunity to get a photo of this little one down here. And I'm travelling light today, so I've only got my one lens and it's not very wide, but I do like this little rock. Have you seen that as well? Yeah. There's a rock just below a waterfall and the water's really splashing off it, and we both just spotted it. And it looks, here we go, that one there. So I think there's an opportunity there somewhere. Right, I just went right down there into the little river. I've got a couple of rocks right in the foreground. One is on the left hand 2/3 and one is on the right hand 2/3. And that splashy rock is in the top left hand third. So then you've got all the flowing water coming round. And I've taken I think it's just quite a quick exposure because I didn't want those splashes to be too blurred. So I did a bit of an experiment, 1 second and then about hundredths of a second, and keep trying around those until I got the perfect movement in the splashes, but also in the flowing white water down there. Right, I think we both got a good photo there. Did you get one?
Maybe one.
Maybe one. I only took one, so hopefully I've got a photo. The weather's turning now, it's starting to rain, and everybody is coming down the hill, and we're the only ones going up. We've got some lovely light back there, but we're going up the hill. We've got lots of lovely rain. I think we're going to get totally soaked today. We've come up Cardingmill Valley now, and there should be a waterfall called Light Spout around here somewhere. I don't know whereabouts it is, but we're going to have a look around for it now, see if we can find out, because we've come to a fork. So we're going to have a look around. Looks nice that way, but I think we're going to head up that way and see what we get. Right, I've only got one photo so far because the rain keeps stop and play. It just stopped for about 30 seconds, so I managed to get the camera out, but it started to rain again. So I'm just going to put a towel over it just to stop any water getting on the lens. but there's this really lovely waterfall just down here. We've got some nice rock. There's a bit of an S shape, so if I've got a long enough exposure that should blur the water to give a nice S, and then the water will just lead down into the valley. And because it's raining up in the hillside back there, there are lots of different layers, and the tones in this image should be different. So even though we've got no sunlight, the heavy rain should compensate and give us enough tonal differences in the photograph so we can make it interesting enough. Quite often when it stops raining you get some really nice light, but because we're in this valley, the light isn't coming into here yet, but later on we're going to go up over the top, which I think it's that way, and then we're going to go to the Longmynd. So we're right on the top of the moorland and we should get some nice sunset if there is one tonight.
I'm coming.
I just came up to this waterfall and happened to find a bracken leaf just right in the right position, which is really lucky. So I'm going to take a photograph of that now before it gets washed away. Paul is just photographing down by the waterfall where that bracken leaf just happened to be. So while I'm waiting, I've just walked up this hill just to look down the valley because we're getting some really beautiful light over on the background hills, and the back one especially, and then the one further to the right is getting some absolutely amazing colours. This big one to the left isn't so much, but I'm hanging around because the light's changing a lot, so I've taken a few different photographs with different exposures so I can we're getting a lot of contrast. So the 3-stop neutral density graduated filter is cutting into the hills too much, so I'm bracketing the exposure to try and post-process it later to merge all the photos so I can actually get an even photo. Otherwise it's just burns out highlights or shadows, so that won't work. So I've taken a nice photo just looking down the valley. As soon as Paul's finished, I'm going to see if I can get him to sit on that rock down there, and that might make a nice photograph with a bit of foreground interest. I fell over trying to get up here. I've got mud on my new trousers. I've got to try and get back down now. I'm not sure how. So there's my first challenge. Right. Right, we're both doing our final bits of the video. It's absolutely pouring down. As you can see down there, it's getting worse, so we're getting absolutely soaked. We've taken a nice photograph of this lovely waterfall. It's really impressive. It's quite difficult to get too close up, but we've got a few nice bits of the moving water and did a few quick selfie shots. So we've got a nice one of Paul and I holding hands, which I think will be nice. So
yeah, definitely nice.
So we're now going to start heading back down. Because the car park closes in about an hour and a half. It's only took about half an hour down there. But we want to try and get over to the Longmynd, which is probably about 5-10 minutes drive from the car park before sunset. And I think we've got a few hours, but whether we'll get sunset or not, I don't know. But it's been on and off today, so we're fingers crossed, and we're having fun anyway, even if it's a little bit wet. Right, the weather has turned for the worst, unfortunately. It's really wet, it's so windy. I just opened the door and it nearly came off the hinges, so it's so strong. I'm not going out there, but Paul, you can see him, that's him, is there. He's got the car shielding him and he's taking a photograph of the aerial perspective down that way, which has disappeared a few seconds ago. the clouds weren't there, and it was just some really beautiful lines of hills going all the way down, but it's so wet now. And windy. The whole car is moving. This is exciting. So if you can hear me, or the wind, the forecast said it was going to be nice and sunny today, but that's not the case. So we're just waiting for sunset. We've got about an hour, so we're hoping to get some pictures of the hills at some point, but this wind is quite dramatic, so it might come and go. So there is a chance we'll get sunset, but if it's in for the day, then there's no chance. So we're just sitting here waiting now, just in the warm and dry. I thought
Jesus.
You did it to me. Ow, that's hail.
Oh,
that hurt.
that hurts. Jeez.
That was fun. Right. Right, we've come back into the car because it started hailing and that hurt. So
I think my door's nearly come off its hinges.
mine did when we were back at the other one.
I'm going to have to have a look on the outside just to make sure I haven't pulled it.
I thought it's so windy. It's checking our doors. We should be facing the other way. It's so windy. It's fun though.
Isn't this great photography weather?
So, what we're going to do?
Sit here and drink my coffee.
Yeah, and that. The sun is behind. The wind's going that way, so we're hoping there's going to be a massive black cloud at the moment, which is going to go over there. The sun's going to come out, and we're going to have some dramatic lights all over there. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So, so fingers crossed. Yeah, the light now is looking absolutely amazing. If you look on these posts down here, there's some lovely side lighting hitting those.
Shame that's my headlights.
Oh, it's his headlights.
Do you want me to turn my lights off?
Oh, it's gone. We've lost the light.
Amateur.
Be like this most of the day.
Some lovely light. Where from?
Can you hear me now? Paul's just trying to get his final photograph. It's just so windy. It's a nightmare at the moment. So I've put my camera away. I'm not going to get out. It's just so windy. I can't keep still. So hopefully Paul's got a nice photograph of this lovely leading line for some crashes. I can't feel my fingers, so it's time. I've had enough. So I put my kit away. So going to go and sit in a nice warm car in a minute, but it's definitely been good fun. So I've enjoyed the collaboration. Right, we've braved it out there. We've come back to the car because I didn't know if you could hear me or not. So I'm going to do my outro now. So I've had such a good day. So thank you very much to Paul. For this collaboration. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please get a thumbs up, like and subscribe, that kind of thing. I'm going to give a link to Paul's channel at the end of this one, and then a link to his video. So please check that out. He's got some really good videos, and I think this one should be very good fun. So, and then likewise, he's going to do some to me. So collaborations are really worth it. They're good fun, if anything. I don't think I've got any great photos today, but it's not a problem because we've had a great day.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's not about the photos today, it's about meeting each other and getting out in this wind and rain. Yeah.
So it's an experience. So we've enjoyed ourselves. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.